Hello folks, Brandon here, uploading another video on my mom's YouTube channel. And this is a video I'm doing for Sensai Ando, drossos, Jesse Enkamp, hope I said that name right, Ginger Ninja Trickster, Jake Mace, even though I do think he is somewhat stretching the truth on some of his stuff. I still like most of his stuff though. And I think those are all the people, if I'm not mistaken, I'm doing this video for inspired me to do it. When I was very little, way more younger than I am now, I'm still pretty young, only 22. That is pretty gosh darn young. But when I was really little, and how I viewed the world, I thought any type of physical actions one person doing upon another person was never right. I thought the need to pick up a firearm and a blade and go marching out to attack another country never had a purpose. But as I got older, I understood why sometimes we have to go to war so we don't get invaded, and sometimes we have to fight. And just fighting and standing up for another person in a defensive, protective way, not a way intending to hurt, but to defend and protect. I thought that was the only thing worth necessary. But it turns out also, we ourselves also are worth necessary. And besides, just like, what are you doing, father? That's my dog, by the way. She distracts me in a lot of videos anyway. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves we are worth fighting for, keeping ourselves still living. Whether that means so we can protect others to live, or just realize how great and how precious each life is. Especially, you know, we're all born as babies, we're all born pure. And then how life treats us, or how we, I guess, take what life gives us, ends up, I guess, defining on how we are. I'm not really sure. That's what I believe. So yeah, my dad was a former 4-year martial arts and karate student. And I never really got into the idea, not training, but the idea of martial arts. I saw the movie Billy Jack, and you know that even helped me more than understanding the more reason need to not only just fight for others' safety, but also be able to defend with yourself. And I have a friend who I don't mention that much because he likes to be kept secretive because of I'm just going to say this. He is a former Marine, and he is from Ireland. And what was happening in Ireland during the time when he was born, and stuff he done over there, and stuff his father done, is most of his family was in the Marine Corps and whatnot. He doesn't really like me really giving out too much information on. Okay? I just call him Bobster. That's his nickname I have for him. Okay? Anyway, when he was giving us an example, training us, helping us learn the idea of defending ourselves. Let me see if I can get my big self on camera here. About right there. Yes, I am standing on top of the board here. But it was very similar to what I saw a older individual I used to know that was a boxer called tap boxing. They would bring their arms about so close to the end, that right there cupped around in front of their head, and they'd only leave so much space enough to see on your sides. Now for me, wide as my shoulders are, it's harder to bring mine in too close without feeling scrunched up. So about right there is pretty decent. And he was showing ways you could block. You could possibly hand palm out. You could block down. You could bring your arm down to block and whatnot. And that was just to train us to get the idea used to moving our arms around and blocking our faces from getting hurt as much. And I've seen a lot of people I've seen a different amount of people on YouTube that are training videos for people for different stuff and talk about how much space your legs need to be to move around, whatnot, get that certain stance to it. And that was similar to what he did, but he had a type of, looked like that Chinese kickboxing out of that Bruce Lee movie where he beat Chuck Norris. It looked very similar to that. A type of hopping, bouncing around, but it wasn't just in one spot. It still was good enough. And this person was still way more in shape than I am. And he had done that for years, so he was able to do it. He didn't just, you know, start on that and was just a little bit decent at it. I don't know how he would describe it, but yeah. So I started slowly working on aerobics and stretching, getting my body more loose, especially big as I am. Okay? I don't want to be the person that wants to get too pumped up with weights and be too big and too slow. I was already big and slow a few years back, just with my weight and my size. So I've started over time stretching and trying to learn my balance and whatnot and everything. And I don't train that often with bare feet for the martial arts and karate and kung fu people and the curl my toes backwards deal. And there's still a lot more stretching I have to do for certain styles. Now, when I was also younger than I am now, I thought punching was somebody just letting their arm jolt out quick and hard as they could. And almost not just slinging it out there. I didn't know you had a certain way you had to diagonal pivot and possibly put your hip into it to cause that more power. And I'm just slowly starting to learn the movements to decently do power. I'm going to start with that, then I'm going to try to increase punching speed later on this time. But I am a lot more quicker and do have a decent more force for what I use my legs for than how I mess with my hands so far. And oftentimes when I'm inside my house, I use my legs and my feet to, usually between opening doors and closing doors and cabinets, more than my own hands. Like if it's further away than arm reach, I will try to lean over. Even though I do agree that, you know, the better you get with martial arts, you can put your leg out more after leaning your body. You know, because that also puts you off balance somewhat, a little bit, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. But still, that's pretty decent. And I'm not that great at kicks, really, whatnot. That's about as good as I can do right there without hurting myself too bad. And my left one can't go up as high. Let me get my flashlight out. That's my side kick. And this one right here. So there we go. That's about fairly good as I can. And I never try to bring my leg too much higher than where my knee's at. I still like the lower kicks more. I might go a little more higher. Maybe when I'm fully extended and do it quick enough, maybe it's about where my hip's at. But you know, I like the saying that Bruce Lee had about high kicks are just for looks, you know. I don't want to spend years doing something that can be almost supposedly just as effective working for a few months out of each year, whatnot. So like I said, I'm still a beginner, I'm still inside training. I need to definitely work more hard at it than I have been doing. And I definitely need to get more back into regular exercises and using my body as the weight and get used to just being able to manipulate my own body weight, especially big as I am. I have gained some weight this year. So it'll be interesting seeing me trying to lose some of that. And I don't want to be one of the people that wants to be ripped and buffed out. I just want to be healthy enough to do about something the average person can do, or a little bit above the average person. That's where I'm starting at. That's my goal to start with. So there you go. Alright folks, and if any of y'all people on YouTube can help me get in contact with any of these people or have them see this videos, I don't know how to do that, I'd very much appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching, and see you around.